important person, but well, I am hoping to be an important person one day. And as he said, my name is Racine Labai. I will be your host this evening. Thank you so much for coming. And allow me to introduce our first set of speakers this evening. We've got Elimu TV that will be doing a presentation led by Lynn Chemutai. Lynn Chemutai is here. We've got Chartered Institute of Marketing, Timothy Owasi. Please come and take a seat. We've got Mwakazi actually from WTV, who will be giving us everything media and what they do with this TV channel. Mwakazi, please come to the stage. Thank you so much. And for that session, we'll also have Cynthia Mumbo from Sports Connect. Please join the rest on the set.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Cynthia Mumbo. I'm the CEO and founder of Sports Connect Africa Limited. I'm excited to be here. I hope you all are excited as well. Sports business. What do you guys understand about sports business? Anyone? Just quickly. I know I'm meant to do whatever, but I like to interact. It's my 5 minutes. So anyone understand anything about sports business? Okay, I'll tell you what sports business is about. I had a conversation a few minutes ago and somebody told me, so are you a coach? And I said, actually it's George of Optiven. And I said, no, I'm not a coach. Sports business is about connecting the talent, connecting whatever is out there in terms of events and all of that stuff. That's all under sports business. But what we do as Sports Connect Africa is we connect different entities and different partners to connect with sports.
All right, please pass on the mic to the next speaker so that we could do one round of questions. Wakazi, it's your time.
All right, thank you once again. Mine is going to be a presentation, so I'll kindly request the guests to please move to this other side. We'll have a projection. Thank you so much. A round of applause for them, please. Thank you. I beg your pardon. I am a journalist, I am a businessman and an investor. I work with WTV, which is a business station. 82% of Kenyans work in the informal sector, according to the Economic Survey of 2015. So as a television station, we said, business will be our language. So let's take a look at this very simple footage that will give you more details as to what we really do.
But entrepreneurs now have a media partner. With 82% of Kenyans working in the informal sector, according to the Economic Survey of 2015, entrepreneurs indeed are the engine that drives the Kenyan economy. Thus, they need a media partner that wants them to grow. With shows such as Business Foresight that seeks to explore the future of business, Helen Changani that explores the opportunities in plant farming, startups that celebrates the growth of small businesses, Breeding Cash that looks at agribusiness, livestock and fisheries, Economy Movers that celebrates the drivers of the Kenyan economy, Backview that explores innovations in the business world, and finally, Business Redefined that brings together about 300 entrepreneurs every month for an interactive session based on solutions. That is why WTV is your Biashara channel.
Elimu TV, basically Elimu TV is, as you hear it, education. We thought that TV, because now we're talking about digital TV, now we can be able to have many stations, unlike before when we just had a few. We decided to go a different direction. We decided to use the platform to educate people, and for now we are doing secondary education where we have a teacher teaching through the TV, so that we record that and we broadcast that through TV, so that if you're sitting at home, if you're just on your couch and maybe you're in school, you can be able to tune in, you can be able to learn through that teacher. You can be able to get the content also online, where you can be able to get extra reading material, you can be able to get assessments, you can be able to get books. And through Elimu TV, we are targeting people who have not been able to transit from primary to secondary school. Those are our main target. And as we targeted these people, we realized that actually even students in school, they really use our platform. Yesterday was the release of the results, and there's a girl who was in Kenyan Girls High School, and she got an A-, and she called our office and she came and she was like, "You guys, thank you, I got an A-, and I studied through you guys." And we have that even on our website. And for us, I think when we are able to transform the lives of people, in Kenya, we know education is still a big problem. And we are using now this platform to be able to reach out to those who maybe you are your house help at home. She's there watching TV, like always, these other normal things which are always on the mainstream TV. Now they can be able to study through TV. They can be able to get in class, go to our portal online and be able to even have assessments. They can be able to get notes. They can be able to get extra reading material. And anyway, that is what we thought we could use the TV for. And we are working with the government. We are working with private partners. We have just signed a partnership between us and Center Foundation. They were really impressed with whatever we are doing. And yeah, I think that is basically what Elimu TV is about.
Good evening. My name is Timothy Owasi, a chartered marketer. 8 to 5 every weekday, I work in the creative sector. To be very precise, I work in the film industry. I'm concerned with seeing to it that we can have entrepreneurs in the film sector creating wealth and prospering as we grow our economy. Tonight, I'm here in a different capacity to just share with the entrepreneurs the role of marketing in everything you do. To start with, we need to appreciate that marketing is at the center of every business, or it's at the center of every interaction. Entrepreneurs in this room, I believe you all have products. You also have, or you offer services. Before you did that, you basically made a risk that I would like to venture into product A or service A. You thought about, how do I package this particular product or service? How do I deliver it to the customer? How do I price so that I'm able to make something out of whatever I'm offering? And how do I communicate to my customers? Basically, that's what marketing is all about. You research, you get to know what your customers want, you tailor-make the product, you price it, you package it, and sell at a profit. Basically, as a marketer, I'm advocating for all who are in this room to create wealth by making profits at the end of the day.
I'm just wondering, how do you get it out there for everybody to, accept it, and, how do you get out there?
I will just tell you to start. We started like 2011, and we've been there. It has been a struggle. We started with a camera that we call it, nowadays we call it chopper. You can't even use it because we started with a terrible camera. But we started somewhere, and we started in my room, in my bro's room. You're actually living together, and we started somewhere. And when we moved, you meet someone today. Tomorrow you meet someone else, and then every day as you move, you grow. But if you stay wherever you are, there's nothing that will ever happen. You wait for capital to come. You have expenses. You have things to buy. You have things to do. You have so. Don't start. Don't think. Do it, and then people will meet you on the way.
There's no better way to say that. Let's start with Dr. Ruben.
Some of these things touch on me. So WTV, Elimu TV, I happened to be struggling to start my own video farm, and based on some of the CAK policies that we've had, there is a need for local stations to have, is it 60% of local content? And I was wondering, is it possible to partner with people like me who do shooting to provide content for you? Because we have script writers, we have editors, we have guys who are doing shooting, we just lack the infrastructure to put it out there.
Briefly also to the
Yeah, you asked about content. You can come, if it's educational for us, we can be able to look at it and we can be able to get that.
The second question goes to the lady, our only lady panelist, and there's a problem when it comes to sport business, unlike the European side. I don't know, we tend to think, one of the reasons that really discouraged me from doing sport was, I used to play sport sometimes, and one of the things that discouraged me is the questions that my teachers and parents asked me. They say, you can only play sport for this long before you become weak and old and fat or something, you know. So if you're a rugby player, say 33, 35, you're thinking about retirement, then what? So that's
Thank you for that question. Pass the mic to
To your question, you turn 35 and then what? I turned 34, so I'm doing something about it. Yeah, I mean, I still play. I cannot run 100 meters in 13 seconds like I used to, probably. But if it's in you, if it's your passion, if it's something that you really, really want to do, you will find the next level of what sports is. So sports business is a really big industry, like I said earlier. There's a big opportunity. You're a musician. Sports doesn't work without entertainment. So what would you do to partner with, say, the Kenya Basketball Federation and say, at every beginning of every game or every tournament or whatever, I want to play the national anthem. You've sold yourself to the whole whatever. So it doesn't mean that you're playing the sport, but you're doing something with sport. So the reason I said sport is totally misunderstood in our culture is because of that same question, that all our parents think is sports is you wake up, you run, you throw a ball, you kick a ball. That's not it. There's coaching, there's development. We have so many development agencies coming up, and we're personally, as Sports Connect, we're bringing the NBA to Kenya. Wow. That's powerful, you know. So in the next couple of months, we will have a junior NBA league in Kenya. We're working with Liverpool to see, can they come to Kenya, and why not? So it doesn't mean that because you're not playing, then you're not in sports. So you have to really kind of figure out after I'm playing, if it's your passion, or if it's something that you, and it's difficult, guys, I'll tell you. And any one of you will probably be able to understand that if I walk into Safaricom today, they'll tell me, okay, so you're bringing the NBA, so what? You have to be able to sell your idea, and you get rejected 90% of the time. You get rejected 90% of the time. So the possibilities are there. It's one door will open one day, and you get into it and move.
I just want to respond to a few. He's Dixon. He wanted to know how to get financing when you're a startup. Mm-hmm. I think any startup basically starts from somewhere. You have a business idea, you formalize all the arrangements as far as your business name, the KRA PIN, all those details. You formalize them, you open an account and do everything that you are required to do. Basically, the reason as to why I'm talking about formalizing your business, making all those arrangements, is so that you create a name. If you went to KCB with a business plan, you have all the documentation that is necessary, explain your situation, I doubt you'll be denied access to financing to a certain level. You recently had the KCB CEO mention that he's actually put out 10 billion shillings for the industry to access without any collateral. And how do you access that kind of money? There is what we call the M-Pesa, KCB M-Pesa. Depending on the value or the kind of startup you are putting up, I believe you won't start a business today and you want to be in competition with Dr. Murugu on TV and everywhere else. You start small at your level. 2, put in place all the mechanisms as far as marketing, distribution, how you will deliver your products, how you will price them so that you're able to make money out of that. Something else that I want to mention is bookkeeping and accounting. You know, we get to business, but we don't consider all the instruments of running a business. Please remember to put all that into account, because if you don't, then in a month or 3 months, you won't even remember anything, how you are spending, how your payables or receivables are going.
When I got into herbal medicine, the truth is that history immemorial, herbal medicine have been being used by people who took it very seriously. I came chancing to see whether it has anything to offer to our health, and I would say I found an extra gold, an extra oil. At this moment I'm saying, if only the Kenyan government would come and take what I have, help me to repackage to the level that I would want it to go to, American would borrow money to us. Those who have oil will come to us, those who have gold will come to us, because any gold chain cannot be put on when you are in hospital bed. Any car cannot be driven by somebody who is ailing. Any good food and sweet food cannot be eaten by an ailing person. But when they are well in all health, they can do all things. I don't know whether you know how much money is invested in health policy. And whatever policy you take, you resort to a conventional doctor. Should you have hypertension, they'll tell you you take the drug for life. Fortunately, in the course of your being employed, you shall subscribe to the policy, but when you are laid off from the employment, you will yet need the drug, but will not be having the money. Here I am to tell you hypertension, I will need it in 25 days. This is very practical, data-based, or laboratory oriented with our herbal medicine. The material that we use are localized, all collected from Kenya, within Kenya, and in Kenya.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andrew Morethi. I'm part of the Chase Bank Group and working in SME banking. I'm sure you're wondering is why Chase Bank is here. We believe in entrepreneurship. We believe in SME, and that's why we're known as the SME Bank. And when this opportunity came along, we said, you know, we need to come and put our money where our mouths are. You know, we just don't talk it, we also walk it. Chase Bank has been an SME. We have walked the SME walk. We understand the challenges of being an entrepreneur, trying to fight it with the big boys, and also understand the joys of succeeding. So what I thought I'd come here and talk about today is what an entrepreneur should do to ensure that the bank is there for them. As you go along your entrepreneurship journey, it's very important to be close to your bank, to develop a relationship with them. Yeah. Open up your account, bank all your proceeds with them. Ensure that if it's business money from your business, it's going into your account. Ensure that you're talking to your bank every day. Ensure that when you have highs, you celebrate with your bank. And when you have lows, you share with them. Because the bank also needs to be comfortable. Understand what you're doing as an entrepreneur. Understand what your vision is for your business. Understand where you want to take your business in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important for you to be close to a bank. And I know as entrepreneurs, you always think that banks will give you money. But sometimes it's not only about money. As an entrepreneur, you need to network. I've had people talking about network. It's very critical. Get people who are like-minded. People who understand your vision and are willing to take that step with you. We have so many businesses in Chase Bank. When you ask them, what was your story? They'll tell you, 4 friends, we came together and we decided we want to do this business. We want to supply medical equipment. And then they decided one of us will walk out of employment and open up the shop, and everyone else would support him. And 10 years, 15 years later, they are one of the biggest medical equipment suppliers in Kenya. Get people of like minds. At Chase Bank, we understand that not everyone will be able to qualify for finances. But we also understand that mentorship is important. Giving you guys opportunities to network is important. And capacity building is important. So what we try to do at Chase Bank is, since we sit on a lot of information, we know so many people, we try and hook up different business people together. The startups with the people who have been in business for more years. So at least you can learn and get a mentor to show you the ropes and help you walk that journey. And then when we're giving you a financial solution, we don't believe we should just give you a financial solution. We should also help in capacity building. So we have a lot of partners that we work with, and when we come and give you financial assistance, it comes with technical assistance. So we'd walk into your business, give you, let's say, working capital, money to help you run the business, and then on top of that, we'll say, okay, how are your HR policies? How are your finance policies? Are you keeping your books the way you need to? And these are the small things that add up. So what ends up happening is that as your business is growing, your capabilities are growing. As a business, you start off as the HR manager, as the cook, the accountant, the sweeper. You're doing everything. But as your business develops, maybe you should just end up being the salesperson, and then maybe just the strategy and CEO. So what does that mean? All the other departments need to be filled by people who are competent and even better than you at that. So that's what we try. We try and work with the entrepreneur.
My name is George Washiuri. My Twitter handle is George Optiven, and the company Twitter is Optiven Limited, and you can get me on Facebook, George Washiuri, and we can talk. And I'm so happy to see very keen people who want to become millionaires. Today we saw in the news that in Kenya, we have a few millionaires and people who own 100 million, and there are 8,962. But in the US, about 4 million. But we are better than East Africa. So that figure must go up. So the people to fill up that figure so that we are over 15,000 like in Nigeria, it's you people, because you have what it takes. You have the mind, you have the power, and you have no choice but to do it. And as a person, I'm an author of other 3 books, and you can find them if you talk to me. One of them is to encourage people who are starting businesses. We have shared what we have done at Optiven, that we are able to grow
by 250% per year. So we have shared the secrets in that book called How to Grow Small Business to a Business Empire. I also have a book about my life. My life is called Soul Like an Eagle. It's a wonderful book. You read it and you get inspired. The third one is Heal Our Land. And as an individual, I spend most of the time inspiring young entrepreneurs to go to the next level. I have a personal vision to create 1 million entrepreneurs. And we are doing these group talks, which I call Good to Great. Yesterday we were in St. Andrews. We had over 300 people in that forum, and we were trading for 11 hours, G to G with George Washiri. Maybe you saw it. And for me is to thank the organizers for this event, because this is the way to change the script. We are tired of seeing our students getting A's. A's to do what? We need to go beyond exams. We need to come down to the real issues of entrepreneurship and of business. And I'm happy that the way Kenya is going, you're on the right track. As long as the Optiven is concerned, I started Optiven 2 years after campus. So it's not a new company. It has been there up and down, up and down. But at some point I left it and I started other businesses. So I've done over 15 businesses. Some of them left me depressed, stressed, down, broke. And I'm a believer of savings. You know, what you earn, save 10%, tithe 10%, and then 80% use. So for 10 years, I had saved about 5 million. By the time I decided to go to real estate, I never knew. I had no mentor tell me, George, don't do this. So all the savings for 10 years, I lost it, 5 million. So for 1 year, I was actually down. I was so stressed, and life was very difficult. In fact, I thank God my wife is still with me. And that's why we have these forums to share with you. If you are thinking about real estate, please don't make those mistakes. George Washiri is here to mentor you, to guide you on how to go about it. And feel free that you can be able to engage if you are thinking to go to real estate business, because they are saying Kenya today, money in 3 areas. Either agribusiness, real estate, or what else? What else? ICT, isn't it? There's a lot of young people who are making so much money. So real estate last year, the return on investment was 29%. So that means there is a huge opportunity. And please, don't say that it's exploited. It's not. People talk of property bubble. It's not there. They wait for 100 years. You cannot talk of property bubble when population in Kenya is increasing. The middle class today is about 6.5 million people. Yeah? Foreigners are coming to this nation. Companies are opening regional offices every day because Kenya is a beautiful girl. Everybody wants to associate with Kenya. And for you, if your focus is only headlines for the newspaper, and these people who are talking to us here, you lose it. Because personally, I participate in a very senior level at Kenya Private Sector Alliance. And every time we have these meetings, I see foreigners coming to invest here. People are coming with money, private equity, to look for businesses, to support. So please, don't waste your time talking about corruption. Kenya is about 6.25 trillion in wealth. We are talking about 700 million. Itakusaidia na nini? Focus on how to do business to target the 62.5 billion available in this nation. Today, we are doing away with the borders. Think big. As you register a company in Kenya, think about go to Uganda, to Magufuli land, Tanzania. Let us do big businesses. And for us at Optiven, we said, enough is enough. This business of being a village champion, we need to go further to be international champion.